Well, good morning. Welcome to the Data Explorers Securities Lending Market Roundup for Monday the 3rd of November. I'm Ed Oliver. And new month, so what does it mean for the markets? Well, this morning, broad rally in Asia overnight, led by Hong Kong, Indonesia and South Korea. Tokyo was closed for a public holiday. Some of the featured stocks overnight, banks did well, ANZ up 5%, Macquarie up 10%, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China up 10% as well, and Ping An Insurance, another financial, also doing well overnight. Broadly, shipbuilders and engineers and property developers also doing very well in Asia overnight. European markets reacting well this morning, also up slightly so far. So in terms of securities lending regulations, it's been a relatively quiet weekend and last few days, but Mumbai did make an announcement on Saturday that they've adjusted some of the framework for the securities lending and borrowing in India. So SEBI announced that they've reviewed the current system and they've instructed the exchanges and depositories to extend the tenure of a securities loan from the present 7 days to 30 days. They've also addressed another grievance of the trading community by allowing securities lending to occur during the whole of the normal trading hours of the exchanges. So now that's between 5 to 10 in the morning and 3:30 in the afternoon. Before that, the trading window was only an hour. So some changes there to the securities lending and borrowing framework in India that came out over the weekend. In specific company news, British Airways have been in the press over the weekend, and they've got their half-year financials due this Friday, with analysts expecting there to be quite substantial falls in their profits, mainly as a result of funding deficits in its pension funds. Also, obviously, the oil price has come into play this year. So all of that coming into play with BA, and lots of speculation about what that means in respect of the British Airways Iberia tie-up that was announced a couple of months ago. It's an all-share exchange, so no cash involved, and the ratios that form part of this exchange have come under pressure in recent days due to the changing price of British Airways. The price has fallen for British Airways over recent days, and Iberia's share price holding up relatively well. As a result, Iberia have increased their holding of British Airways to approximately 9%. British Airways own about 13% of Iberia. What does this mean for the securities lending market? Well, there was a large amount of short interest in British Airways earlier this summer, with the percentage of the airline's market capitalisation on loan reaching 20%. That's ebbed off quite substantially and stands at about 3.3% now. There's also been some short covering in Iberia over the last 6 months, down from 6% in April to 2% earlier this week. But short interest has picked up, although nothing compared to British Airways in the summer, and short interest in Iberia stands at around 3.5%. So we'll be keeping an eye on British Airways this week as we approach their half-year financials due on Friday. Finally, other things to look out for in the coming days. Of course, it is the US election tomorrow, so lots of discussion about what that will mean for the economy. Generally, it's felt that a positive outcome, with the standard 3-month kind of pause that takes place between the announcement of the new president and the old president moving out towards the end of January. That's not like to be such a pause. We can't afford to have that right now. So there will be focus on the economy during that period. But generally, markets seem to be fairly neutral about the effect of either McCain or Obama coming into power, with no predicted big change other than at least some clarity around the direction of future policy. And finally, interest rates expected to fall in the UK and also in Europe later this week. The UK expected to make at least a 0.5% fall in interest rates, with the ECB also expected to make a 0.5% fall in interest rates. So that's what we'll be looking at later on this week in the daily market roundup from Data Explorers. Have a good day. Thank you.